and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Community Spotlight, brought to you by Dragontooth Miniatures, with your two co-hosts, Bill and Mr. Molly Malau, just over there. Yay!
Mr. Molly Malau over there.
Yes. So it has been a hot minute since we've done one of these. Of course, like life tends to, reality gets in the way sometimes. Mr. Molly moved up north, and by north, we mean very north, like really, really north.
Literally the Canadian Arctic. I literally live in the Canadian Arctic right now. I will be posting some pictures of my view for a portion of this show, so you can see how Canadian Arctic it is. Those pictures will probably be up now.
Boom.
And they're done. So,
yes.
3,300 kilometer trip north by northwest, settling in nicely. It is beautiful, it is serene, it is quiet. It is opposite of living in the worst neighborhood in the largest city in Canada. I saw a bald eagle this morning, and that was pretty cool.
I think that's pretty cool too, honestly. That's a...
Yeah, they're freaking majestic and big, and ravens beat them up.
Okay.
Like 3 to 4 ravens will gang up on one and chase it away. So you can marvel at how incredibly at peace I am with myself and my miniatures.
Yes. Yay! Also, another big change is that we now have Patreon. So, now that we are going to be, we are going to be consistently putting out at least 2 times a week. If you would like to have us put out more times a week, please support us on Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You can fuel our coffee addiction because it's 2 a.m. for me.
And glue and brushes and paints, because you would be amazed how quickly you burn through some things.
Oh, yeah.
For instance, Null oil, like, you burn that like gasoline on the Fury Road, yo.
Yeah, I airbrushed non-oil the other day, and it was like, oh, that went real quick. Real quick.
Like, ooh, that was an expensive airbrushing. But I bet you got a ton of dudes super well shaded, because I've played with a lot of washes in my years, and Null Oil is definitely in my top 10.
Yeah, it's also one of the ways to stop it from randomly drying very glossy. Very weird, that.
Fair. No, that makes sense, because you thin it out a bit.
Yeah, you have to thin it out.
Well, yeah, of course, airbrush. But then just give a couple of, once-overs.
Yep, and it's very thin, so you have very little chance of doing that. But either way, please don't forget to like, subscribe, smash that bell icon. Smash the bell icon. Do you want the bell icon to be smashed?
About the comments. Leave us comments.
Leave us comments, and please and check out our Patreon. We are going to have more stuff in there, and we are going to endeavor to post more stuff in there, and there's plenty of upcoming projects soon. So help support the channel, help support us, and so we can keep doing this.
Exclusive miniature pictures, works in progress. You're going to get access to videos an indeterminate time before they're released on YouTube. We're still discussing the nitty-gritty of that.
Yes, because...
And our never-ending love and adoration, as well as your name in the credits if you give us enough money.
Which is $2.
It's $2. That's enough money.
Yeah. We're very cheap.
Yeah.
We're very cheap. But
moving on to the show, since it's been a while since we've done a community spotlight, especially fresh, I'm really looking forward to getting into this and seeing what the community has brought forth in my time of great travel and exile.
Yes. So without further ado, let us go into the community spotlight. Wha-bam! And look at that transition. Now, Bali, what we have here is a submission by Jason Ortega. We had him on our Hobby Ramblers, and he has very kindly sent us these wonderful Vindicators, Horus Heresy Vindicators.
Horus Heresy Vindicators.
With the laser destroyers. I believe they are.
Yeah.
Equipped with dozer blades and stone bolters. I like them. I like them. They're very old school.
And painted in the colors of the Iron 10th. Sons of
Yes.
Manus. Scions of the Gorgon. Big
I like 'em. I
robot
like 'em.
Space Marines.
Exactly.
I really like them.
So,
Killer paint job. Very heresy with like the dirt on the bottom and little bits of corrosion and like weathering around the edges of the armor plates.
yeah.
I really like the copper coiling in the laser arrays is like I just of extreme contrast against all that dirty black and like smudgy armor. Really digging that.
Yep. I like that too.
Yeah.
I like how like the rust, the dirt and the rust from the tracks and the track guards isn't as overwhelming as some of the weathering I've seen. It isn't just caked on. It's almost like a very fine dry brush. It's almost like that because like you can see it really picks out like it really picks out the edges.
And textured like at the base of the teeth of the dozer blade a little bit, which makes sense because there'd be buildup. A much more realistic approach to weathering as opposed to the more dramatic heroic scale style where you want everything to be a little bigger.
Yep, exactly. I also especially like the white panels that he's done. So not many Iron Hands players actually bother with the white panels. They see Iron Hands as
they're part of your heraldry. They are part of your heraldry.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, okay, black and silver, that is all. Easy peasy. It's like, no, you don't get to get away with that. If I have to paint like, red or like, purple, you have to paint your bloody, bloody white panels.
One little bit of white. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Come on.
The windows are great.
Oh, yeah,
like
the cupolas,
like curved reflection really well on the cupola, yeah. I like the heat distress on the end of the laser barrels. I like how it's not too, because sometimes it's too colorful. Like when it's like solid rainbow. This more looks like long-term stress of like overheating and cooling down.
Yep. So he skipped out on the yellow and gone for more blues and purples and very small amounts of them.
Yeah, and like a dirty purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that.
I like it. I like that too. It's really cool. It's really cool. I also like the white storm bolters.
Yeah. Again, bringing back that element of the Iron Hands iconography.
That is always missed out.
Clan markings. Yeah, I like the little freehand looking painted on and half chipped off Iron Hands on the sides of both. That's pretty dope.
I think that's really cool too. I like the weathering on that. Again, I would like to draw attention to the white stone bolters. Please, Iron Hands players out there, paint your bloody like bolters and stone bolters white, please. Because, please, like a black marine with just silver doesn't exactly look the best. Like, come on.
Or it has a tendency to not pop.
Like if you just leave it as like silver and black and do nothing with it, it's just I would say that's not even like tabletop standard.
Yeah, like no contrast. Like either like Templars are a perfect example. The little bit of white and or red, depending on their ranking, makes them look a lot more interesting than just solid black marine. Same with the reason the Raven Guard have little pops of white on them, especially on their veteran units.
Yep. And I think that the Raven Guard has a very distinctive look, and most people confuse them for, like, if you put your white panels on your Iron Hands, they look like Raven Guard. No, it is not. they just have a similar heraldry, but, you know, iron hands, no one would ever mistaken them for being Raven Guard, even with the white panels, because they're very, very distinct in their armor, and their tactics, and what they bring.
Oh, absolutely. And even the positioning of the white panels. Like, traditionally, Raven Guard are either gauntlets, pauldrons, and or helmet, where Iron Hands are one pauldron? Maybe two.
I think
and they're bolters.
Yeah, and they're bolters. Yep.
Yeah,
I like
but
that.
never like helmets or gauntlets or greaves or anything.
Well, one gauntlet is always silver because it's a metal gauntlet.
Yeah.
So it's a metal hand.
Yeah, because it's the choppy hand.
Yeah, that's a choppy hand.
But all in all, fantastic work. You've captured a perfect feel for the heresy, and it's more grimy attrition in the trenches, awful warfare kind of aesthetic than the more clean aesthetic you see in 40K.
Yes.
That's excellent.
10 out of 10 Hereticus.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 Hereticus. Blast that War Master and or Emperor if you are a traitor Iron Hands. I'm sure they happened.
I'm sure, maybe. Not sure.
Yeah, like maybe, you know, everyone had everyone on every side except for the word bearers because hail Satan.
Yeah.
I guess this
we'll go on to part 2.
The harder part of this particular submission, hey?
Yeah, part 2.
Yeah, part 2. The dreaded part 2 when models are just about perfect.
Yeah, what can we suggest to Mr. Jason to, take his hobby further?
Further is a lot, I think, more realistic than trying to better on something. Maybe a slight patina on the copper, but I'm not sure about that because it might take away that one source of warmth on the entire model. Because everything else is done in cold, right? Like, it's just cold colors. Even the dirt looks wet.
Yep. I would have liked to see some, if we're going to go with like wet and like cold colors, I would have liked to see some shrieking, like just very minor, like, kind of like streaking grime. Like
around the base of the chassis? So like the lower half of the white paneling kind of thing?
Yeah, but also on the black as well. Just do the whole thing in like streaking grime, like very, very slight amounts. Yeah, like, I mean, like, it doesn't really show up in the black, but like, as with Heresy, it's a lot more muted in its, like, in its highlights and its color palette, so that extra bit of detail would have gone further with this, I feel. And with the amount of highlights and the fact that you've done, like, he's done all the rivets, it would have added
and it would have added a little bit of dirt to the, to like the decals and transfers and freehand, I guess.
Yeah. And bear in mind, I didn't say like go crazy with the.
I wouldn't want to slather it up.
No, don't.
I want to kind of use it targetedly.
Yeah, like I did not say to go crazy with the streaking grime, but like do it selectively and do it like once every couple of like maybe like every centimeter or so, something, that kind of thing. So it's not too much, but it's there.
Yeah, and like target like the bottoms of rivets and stuff.
Yep, exactly. Especially the rivets, like, because you've done the whole thing of like you've popped out all the rivets. You might as well use them for something.
Yeah, and the streaking grime really does look amazing coming out from under rivets. It just gives that sense of realism and like lived in, the film Fury tank, which Caleb Buff did not bathe for.
Yep, exactly.
The entire film.
Exactly.
This is brought to you by no reason whatsoever.
Also, another thing I would have liked to see was basically some weathering on some sort of like heat treatment on like the exhausts.
Yeah. Especially because such an excellent job on heat stress on the barrels
Yep.
that just like not the same, but just like a little bit of heat and then like the grime, right?
Yeah, even like
That's a good place to gunk it up because like
yeah,
they're
even if
not using premium gas. They're using like the nastiest promethium they can get their hands on. It's going to be all black smoke.
yeah, I mean like even if you just did like the sooty kind of like exhaust, like the orc soot kind of effect,
Yeah.
it would have been all right. It would have worked out pretty well. So
And that would have worked
just
out real all right.
yeah. So that is our 2 cents, Mr. Jason. But all in all, an amazing set of models, and I would
Yeah.
really like to play against some Horus Heresy lads later on because, you know, the box set is coming out, and we're very excited about that, aren't we?
And we
Very
got some heresy secrets coming down the line. Shh.
Yes, secrets. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Ooh.
No.
Well, on to our.
On the Twitter no one follows.
I do not. I don't know how to use Twitter, so you've got to figure that out, Molly. Twitter scares me. On to our next one.
It's a terrifying place. It's almost as scary as Reddit, but not quite.
Ah, okay. I'm more comfortable with Reddit because I know how to post things. Twitter, I have no idea how to post stuff.
No, just vomit your ideas into the void and wait for someone to get mad at you.
Fair enough. Well, detracting away from that, we have our second submission, which is a Nagash by Jamie Daggers.
Jamie Daggers?
Yes. So Jamie has wonderfully sent us this amazing Nagash model, and Nagash models are always done very nicely, and this is no exception. I really enjoy the kind of like, I believe this is the vampire color scheme for the Legions of Nagash. The red armor plates and stuff like that. I think that.
Yeah, the red armor. It's definitely a nice departure from the purpley black armor you almost always see.
Yeah.
I also like the more weathered yellowed bone than like a really paled out, like bleached as hell bone. I like that a lot.
Yep. It's like wet bone. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. Like it's newer. Ew.
I don't know how I feel about that. I also like the blends you've tried to do with the blue to green.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
it definitely gives those spirit hosts a little more pop rather than doing the monocolor, which is what you normally see, be it Ghostbuster green or spoopy whitey blue.
Yeah.
I like this is both.
Yeah, Jamie's done both, and it's been like, boop. Okay, I think it works because you can clearly see like a halfway point when like the ghosts just start becoming blue as they get further up.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there's like one ghosty at the very bottom who's like, I'm still green.
Oh man, still green. Oh. Work harder, you can get blue.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm loving the sword in Nagash. I like how it looks like it's made out of warpstone, which is very Nagash lore.
Yep.
That's a good time. A lot of the model itself has a ton of motion to it, but I think that was carried on with the color scheme itself. There's not a lot of static feel. Looks like he's floating towards you and yelling necromantic good.
Yep. Yeah. I do like the books.
And I like the color of the Pope hat.
Oh, the
Pope
hat.
on that Pope hat, really slick.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's some nice highlighting there on the Pope hat. Very good job, Jamie. And also, I like the books.
Yep.
Books are oddly enough very highlighted. I don't know what's about them, but my eyes keep on going to the books. They're really bright.
Yeah.
At least to
Well,
my
like the
eyes.
exterior is gold, and well, like the exteriors are gold, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And then bound with skeleton parts, as is Nagash's way. But it gives them like that sense of like ancient, immortal grimoire.
Yeah. I think it's a really job well done. Like the book's kind of like hypnotizing me here. I'm like, ooh, the books. The books. I have to grab one.
You need to read that book. Don't read the book. Do not read the book.
Read the book. Read the book. Ah! It's like
Feel you're gonna get insanity points in real life.
Oh, I wish it was that simple. But anyway, 10 out of 10 to Gash. Would try and use a great cannon on it again.
Yeah. One thing I noticed when I was zoomed in like all the way up, I would have liked to see the spirit host's eyes in the repeated green of the lower half of the spirit host. I think that just would have brought a little bit of pop to the faces. Also, some sort of traditional lychee glowy eye for Nagash. I don't care the color.
Yep.
But those are like really my tiny nitpicks that I think just would have been beneficial to otherwise a damn fine Lord of the Undead.
Yep. I would have
one of these on for D&D.
Yeah. I'm hoping that my local D&D place, which is Tinker Tales, has a Nagash for me to paint up soon. Because I have some ideas. I've never painted a Nagash.
Oh yeah.
But I have like an entire Nighthawk army. Yeah.
I hear the build is equally frustrating to the Celestant Prime.
Oh, Celestant Prime, so bad. Oh.
Why has he got so many whirlwinds?
And the whirlwinds are non-supporting. They don't support
in the way.
Yeah. It does nothing. They're just decorative.
Jamie Daggers?
Yep. I would like to just say, I would have liked to see some underglow from the gash, because just in the joints, because I feel like although the armor is really well done and you've done exactly what you should have done, which is over red, which is to darken the recesses to make the reds really pop, it's still very hidden when it comes next to the almost pastel blue and the neon green. So it needs some sort of like glow, some sort of pizzazz to keep it in line with everything else. So
or even like some very mild object source lighting around the legs where the spirits are dancing. That would be pretty dope too. But at that point, we're just picking nits and wish listing more than anything else.
Yes. Like I would say, still, this is incredibly model. Thank you very much, Jamie Daggers. Please keep hobbying and please send us more, because we love seeing Age of Sigmar stuff, because it's very few and far between, because we always get to see 40K stuff and we always get to see 40K,
40K.
A lot of 40K stuff. So it's always a good treat to see Age of Sigmar stuff.
Absolutely, especially painted to this quality. And you can catch Jamie Daggers every Thursday evening on Twitch. 8 Eastern Standard Time, I believe.
Yes.
Fantastic community. You'll probably find me there being a nuisance. And learn some crazy good painting techniques, support an amazing creator, and friend of the show.
Yeah, I need to catch one of the streams, and also hopefully we might be able to get her on the Hobby Ramblers soon, because I'm very excited about that.
She's so busy with running her and being a commission painter and being married, and
that is me, but not married.
Yeah, me neither. My divorce should be finalized in a couple of days.
Woohoo! Free man! Woohoo!
We were separated for 13 years. It's more just a formality at this point.
Yeah, but now formality, a free man.
Yeah, formally a free man, and also I get a brand new box to check on my taxes.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
You don't get like a
It's
what?
exciting.
You don't get like a midlife crisis Corvette.
No, I just get a new box on my taxes. I think my
Oh,
midlife crisis Corvette comes in 5 to 7 years because of inflation.
fair enough, fair enough. But on to our community spotlight instead of like politics or economics, Corvette economics.
Check out our economics stream on Patreon. I am lying to you.
Yeah, no. We do not know anything about economics, and neither do we recommend a Corvette-based economic system. It does not work.
No. Behold little Zan and his many poor purchases. Anyway,
No.
on to Mr. Fist and his not-so-fisty man.
Yes. What character is this? I have forgotten.
This is
I know.
Fafnir Ran, yo.
What?
Yeah, that's totally Fafnir Ran.
Fafnir
He
Ran.
converted the noodle. He took the breaching shield off the backpack and the little pickle helm, and he reduced the axe size to reasonable.
To normal, not overcompensating.
Well, still, like a normal human being could not swing that, but that's fine. A space marine can. A space marine can.
Normal space marine. Oh,
Space marine.
Yeah.
But that is totally faff.
Very nice.
Body's all the same. He's got the number 7 on his hangy crotch. He's got
this one.
His beard.
And he has a black shoulder pad, which is rare, I found. Very rare.
Yeah.
Black shoulder pad.
Usually a sign of being a member of the Templar Brethren, I believe.
Yeah.
In the 40K.
Yep.
The path goes on to found the Executioner chapter in the second founding.
Okay. Okay.
Huh. So he's pretty BA.
Yes.
And in the Siege of Terra series, all I'm gonna say is Fafrek face. Fafrek face good.
As he should with double
Strongly
axes.
recommended. All but one of them has been fantastic. Mortis. Don't read Mortis. It's terrible.
Oh no.
Oh no. But yeah, the 30K model that came out, what was that, like a month and a half ago?
Yeah, just a month and a half ago. Yeah. Well, time flies. Yeah, I like the yellow on this guy. He's I like the yellow. He's done the yellow in the old school way, where it's like layered them up and stuff. And he's
yeah, rather than airbrushing and then shading downwards.
Yep, which I like. It's a lot more textured way of doing things, and it's a lot more dirty. But like it really works. Mm-hmm. It really works.
It does, and it does have that kind of 4th, 5th edition aesthetic nostalgia.
Not really. I would say it's still very new, but the texture of it is very. As a person that has basically just been like painting Imperial Fist almost nonstop these past few months,
I've watched him bang out 2K of these things.
More than 2K of them. Oh gosh.
More than 2K now? Jiminy Crickets.
Yeah, including the tanks and everything like that. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
So many. But yeah, it is different. It is definitely a different shade of yellow. It is a very unique shade of yellow, and the texture of it on its own would warrant it being extremely different on the tabletop, because you can actually see that texture, like the 4 foot away. Like
that 4 foot fabulous is gonna look real good.
Yeah, this is a model that really adds to that.
Now, the weathering is very minor.
Yeah, I find with especially if the model has like black accents over yellow, weathering, minor weathering, that's it. That's all you really need.
Yeah, you don't have to go whole hog with it.
Yeah, it ain't no it ain't no white scars or even like ultramarines.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this. I appreciate this.
Yeah. I definitely, I might be a bit of a biased person, but this is the head from one of my favorite power axes.
Ooh,
I've used it extensively in my Oops All Jump Pack Vanguard army.
Ah.
So I do like that look. I do also appreciate that they're a more realistic profile, even more than size and scale. Because the stock Fafnir axes, although they look super dope and super 40K and super over the top, would functionally be like awkward and weird shaped and have a bizarre cutting edge, where these are just straight up like axes that are going to get the job done. So I like that too.
Yeah, I'll put up a picture of the Fafnir with his normal axes, and you'll see what we mean. It's real weird. Yep. But yes, now on to part 2, Mr. Molly. What do we think? Could Mr.
I like the execution of the cartoon highlights in the hair. It's not my preferred way to do hair, and I guess rather than a suggestion, it would be more like if I painted the hair, I would have painted it differently. I probably wouldn't have gone black because there's a little too much black going on. I would have gone closer to like the brown color that is in the stock image, or maybe even white.
All right. Make him old.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't have a lot of how to alter it without changing a lot. I love the base. I forgot to talk about that. I like how it's just natural chunks of what looks like
rocks. Smashed rocks.
Yeah. Smashed rocks. A little bit of grass. It looks very realistic.
Is that part of the part of the model?
No, he's on a tactical rock. I don't think he's on a tactical bedrock.
Yeah, so that's very good, Mr. Fist. I love weathering. Well, sorry, I love extra basing. This is good.
Yeah, and it gives him a little boost. So like he'll stand a little taller than his compatriots, which I always like to do. Yeah. With sergeants and characters, I'll give them a little bit of a height bump.
Yep. Exactly. All right. For me, right, I would have suggested maybe like, can we do something with the axes? Can we make them more glowy power axes? Because they obviously are.
Yeah. So, even like that classic, like red power axe would be kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of like a retro throwback.
Yeah, you could even do different colored like glow power axes. You could be like one blue and one red.
Yeah, you could be like Anakin.
Yeah.
Blue and green, but axes.
Yep. You could reenact the killing of the younglings by Anakin's. He's in the same pose.
Yeah, that is a Marine thing to do.
It's like, not the younglings.
Some of the younglings.
Oh, but very, very great model. Thank you very much, Mr. Fist. I have more of your stuff, but please feel free to send us more, because we always love seeing more 30K stuff. Anything that is not 40K. So much 40K, and always the same 40K. Never Xenos. Why no Xenos 40K?
Rarely Xenos.
Yeah. Where are my Xenos at? Where are my Xenos?
No, those were Lumineth.
Yeah, those are Lumineth. Yeah. Seriously, we've had.
Yeah, it's
almost no Xenos.
Demons or Space Marines, and like as a Space Marine, like lover, I can understand. I'm there with you. But
Yep.
show us some of your Xenos. Show us, choke us with your Tau and Harlequins and Eldar
Yeah,
and
I think we've
Orcs.
only
Choke us
had
with
like
Orcs.
yeah, I think we've only had one Eldar featured here, which is surprising. Really surprising.
Yeah, it is correct.
Yeah. But anyway,
Because they're so hot in the meta right now. Anyway,
yes, anyway, on to our fourth, I believe it's the fourth. Yeah, it's the fourth. Fourth entry by Dreamforge Studios, another Age of Sigmar model, this time from the Underworld's warband, the Vampire accounts. I believe we had a discussion about these.
Crimson Court.
Yeah, the Crimson Court.
Spectacular
We had,
models.
I believe,
Spectacular models.
yeah. I believe we had a discussion about this with Barrel,
Huh?
Barrels and Brush.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jiminy.
Yeah, the name which I still cannot pronounce, the Barrels and Brush. Yeah. So I believe playing against one of these before, yes, he is absolutely correct. They're oddly tough, but also very finicky. Very
From what I
finicky.
understand, in Underworlds, you have to play them to their strengths and very aggressively because they're up close smash kind of small warband, and you have to take advantage of the fact that you are bigger, stronger, and scarier than anyone else.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the ogre.
Yep. And when you do find an ogre or even like, an orc brute, you're in serious trouble.
Yeah, because you can dish it out, but you can't take her too good, from what I understand. I don't play Underworlds, unfortunately. I have a bunch of the warbands because the models are ace. I just incorporate them into my Rooks. But anyway, onto the paint job. I am loving the dedication to the lighting effects here.
Yeah. Man, that atmospheric lighting is off the charts, Dreamforge.
Yeah, it looks like she's stepping out of shadow.
Yes. It is so cool and so good and so refreshing to see. It just looks so menacing, especially with a black background.
Especially.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how you get such a clean black background. I've been trying to get like a black background like that for a while. I've been trying to use black paper, black everything, and it's just like, it's just not working.
Probably a green screen and then just blackout.
Oh, okay. So just you.
That would be my bad.
So it's not like you have it's not per se a black background, it's a green background, and you black it out later on in post.
Digitally, using magic.
I have to learn how to do that in Photoshop because my Photoshop skills are 0%.
I was very good at it in the 90s when it first came out, but it's been a while.
I think it might have been easier now. But anyway.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, back onto the paint job. Yes, the purples are very nice. I do like the slight sheen, the tint of purple on some of the cloaks, and also like, even on the metallics. There's a slight tint of purple.
And it's almost like hints of it, like that are just kind of in the foreground enough for the light to catch them, because they fade out before like the actual piece of the model would cease being purple.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
the one-sided lighting on the face is nuts. Like how the one side is almost completely enshadowed. I like the warm orange tones coming off the base, implying that she's just stepping into torchlight.
Yep. I get magma from that. I get magma.
Okay. I got torchlight reflecting off a floor, but I can see how both are completely valid options.
Yeah, I get magma from that because it seems like it's an underglow.
True.
It seems like that.
Yeah, because it's
But either way,
just in the cracks.
yeah. But either way, an amazing model.
Looking
An amazing
cool.
model. Yeah, very, very cool.
The greens in the skin too. Wow.
Yeah, I don't actually know how you get that kind of like, like it's difficult to get those combinations. But I think I'll try it next time I have like a weird like undead model. Yeah, because I've been usually using a lot of purples, I've been using a lot of reds. But it's like, oh yeah, let's go with greens, greens, blues.
Yeah, I've got a limited edition vampire count that I'm painting for a buddy, but he wants it entirely in Sin City scale. So everything grayscale except for just a little trickle of blood coming out of the mouth and the eyes in red.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Get out the whites.
Yep, all them whites and all them blacks and all them grays in between and mix them all together.
Yep. But
yeah,
part two of this.
Beautiful model. Oh, part two's hard.
Yeah.
Man, this is a hard week.
Yeah. Sometimes we get these hard weeks. Sometimes.
Very few notes. Maybe bringing the reflection on the tip of the rear sword and the flat of the forward-facing sword just a smidgelet.
Okay.
Could have like really sold the reflected light kind of motif.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't know. Rim your base black because I like black rims on bases.
All right.
That's all I got.
Fair enough.
All I got.
So for me, right, I would have liked to seen him develop the underglow up a little bit more, because again, we had like an argument where it was just like we had like a bit of a disagreement when it came to like, what is this glow? Is it a torch?
Yeah, what's the light?
The floor?
What is the light source?
Yeah. Like, is it cool magma? Like, if so, like they both need to be developed a little bit more, and either need to be brightened up or toned down or a bit of both.
Yeah, or a little more yellow added, or a brighter orange added to do the lava effect, and maybe a little more black on the edges, so you get that magma good.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So
I have one more that I just noticed. The eye and shadow, if it was glowing like inhumanly bright, that would have just been creepy fucking shit. That would have been good.
Yeah. I don't even know how you would do that. Like that's a tall order.
Oh, you have to pick it out super careful.
Yeah, either have to pick it out super careful, but I think it's just like, okay, cool, it's time for the glow in the paint. Glow in the paint. Glow in the dark paint.
Or like GF's Green Stuff's World's neon line. Their red is super vibrant turbo madness.
Yep. Give that
it can be really tricky to apply via brush, though. You have to get your mixes just right, otherwise it comes out a little rubbery.
Is it? Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Fantastic through an airbrush, 0% problems. With a hand brush, it just takes some mucking about to get it just right.
All right. I'll have a play around with them. Like, that sounds really interesting. Something to add to my airbrush repertoire. Yes. But thank you very much, Reinforced Studios. 10 out of 10. Please look out for his Instagram and his eBay shop. Usually there's like auctions going on, and he is very much supporting what's happening in Ukraine. So please head over to his side and support if you can. Now,
if you are financially able, definitely a good way to spend some dollars. Good cause, incredibly high quality product. Yes. What can go wrong?
Yes. If you can't, then just share it around. That's also helping out. That's all happening.
Oh, heck yeah. Always like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, share.
Yes.
Not just us, but any social media you like the look of. Simple little click, share it in your story on Instagram, post it on your Facebook, share it around groups you have. It does wonders for all of us smaller creators. You'd be amazed how just one good share can suddenly bump up our view count or increase our subscriber in a short period of time.
Yeah, and it does make us feel real good and motivate us to keep doing this, because it does feel bad when it's just like, oh no, nobody's watching it, but why? And we just don't know why. Like, oh.
Yeah, like
anyway.
667 of you are signed up. Watch more. Jiminy.
Yes.
Crickets.
Yes. But
anyway.
On to our last submission for today is going to be by Mr. Chase Tosh. Woo!
Yeah, Chase Tosh in the house.
Yeah.
A belated birthday to Mr. Tosh.
Yes, very belated birthday. Very belated birthday. Mr. Josh, I hope you had an amazing day. It seems like you got some amazing birthday gifts. We were not informed of your birthday earlier, or we would have got you some stuff. FYI.
Just FYI. Let us know if it's your birthday, and if we love you with all our hearts, we might get you something.
Yes.
It might just be a weird email.
It might be a weird email, or it might be a weird card. Like
or a weird card, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a creep. But as we know, or at least as you and I know, Chase loves his necromorphs.
Yes.
So big fan of the Dead Space series.
Yep.
And I believe this is a necromorph squig. Because he does doing those 40K Dead Space mashups. A lot of his drawings recently have been centered around necro-orcs.
Yeah, okay, so this reminds me of a crossover between the Halo 3, flood forms and a necromorph, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got that
probably
weird,
taking a little bit of inspiration from both, because it's got that kind of squirmy, wormy thing on the back.
Yeah, but it's also got the big mouth. I think there was one pure flood form that had a weird teeth on its back, almost opening up into a giant mouth and a small head. Yeah. I can't believe I still remember that. God, Halo 3 is such a good game.
Hey, some things just hammer their way in there forever, right, bro?
Yeah, such a good game. Too bad Too bad the tabletop died.
And the TV show was monstrously disappointing. It was like watching Diet Space Marines.
Maybe. I like to think of it as generic sci-fi and just forget it's Halo for a bit.
Yeah. And too much helmet taking off.
Yeah, too much helmet taking off. Anywho, back on the Chase Tosh. I love the skin. The skin and the textures. So good.
It's disgusting.
I need to get me a hot glue. I need to get a hot glue gun. Honestly, I need to get my own hot glue gun, because it seems like that's the jam for making all these neat textures.
Yeah, and these necrotized, decaying flesh forms, or I like to call it chaos meat.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Chase later on how he does it. Does he massage it with his hands, or does he have a toothpick or something?
He's got to let it partially cool, I think, and then play around with it with a toothpick or some sort of jabbing tool. Because we both used everything under the sun for green stuff work, from coffee stir sticks to toothpicks to dental tools to God knows what. Our hands and spit.
Yeah. My favorite are dental tools.
Yeah, they're great. Right now I have the Army Painter green stuff ones, and they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
A variety of different
I just get them from my local dentist. He just sells them to me.
Oh, cool. Well, I guess I should find a local dentist in the Arctic.
Yeah. He just sells it to me.
Sounds like the premise of a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yeah, it's just oh, can I buy one of your dental tools? Why? It's oh, what do you use in the sculpting? Oh, okay. Let me get you a new one. Like, I appreciate
All
that.
right, whatever.
I appreciate that. He could have sold me the one that he was using on me.
Yeah, here you go. It's got your plaque and spit on it.
Amazing. But yeah, really liking the color scheme. I like how he's playing around with different colors now, especially with more purples. I love seeing that.
Yeah, like
that
it
is
looks
definitely an improvement.
bruised and and nasty with the purple. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so no longer is it like all monotoned and stuff like that. So this is a huge improvement. I love seeing improvement like that. I like the fact that the teeth, like closer to the base of the teeth, there's some sort of like black brown kind of thing.
Yeah, because they're nasty teeth.
Yeah, so I think Chase definitely does understand like the concept of like the nasty teeth, but I think is held back a little bit by the fact he might not have the right color for it.
Yeah, that'll come with time.
Yeah, that'll come with time.
All I would do to get this to where I think he wants it is a thinned down sepia wash. And that would get you those brown, nasty hell teeth, like no time flat.
Yep. Just on the teeth, not on the skin. The skin is perfectly fine. I would have
skin is do not touch skin.
Yeah, maybe on part 2, I would suggest that like maybe like a very light selected dry brush, just to make it look slimy, because I imagine the skin is slimy.
Yeah, and in some of those areas where it looks like it's an open wound, just darken that a little bit, because the red's a little vibrant for blood. So like a little bit of a purple wash, or even better if you have blood for the blood god, that works out fantastic, especially in small quantities. Small quantities. If you go over the top with it, ooh-wee.
Yeah, it's no good. No me gusta. I've had the unpleasant experience of like somebody painting his entire Khorne Demon's Army in Blood for the Blood God, and I'm like, I understand where you're coming from with this, but that was not the wrong.
There's a different way to do it.
That is not the right paint for it. But yes, very nice. Part 2 of this little segment, Mr. Marley. What can we suggest? I've already suggested one thing.
Yeah, I'd say other than the little bit of CP on the teeth, a little bit of something to darken up some of the gore, and like you mentioned, a very light dry brush on the skin to bring out that goopy slime. I can't really think of much. This is a huge improvement, especially I love that Chase modifies and scratch builds so much of his stuff. That's definitely a part of the hobby that is no longer as prevalent as it once was, and I like to see that coming back.
Yeah, he's definitely got me itching to like convert and sculpt stuff.
Yeah, and like break out like the chicken wire and sculpty. Like it's been a while since I've done anything like that.
Yeah, a really long while. I'm like, ooh, okay, cool. Maybe I should start doing that again.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We have many projects on the go, so Chicken Wire Challenge can maybe be 2023.
Yes, Chicken Wire Challenge. It's like a pack of green stuff and chicken wire. That's all you get. It's like, oh no.
Hot glue gun, toothpicks, 2 sculpting tools, and some Vaseline. That's it.
Yep. Oh. I think we should do that with some other creators as well. I think that'd be real fun.
And that could be really fun. All right, other creators, if you want to make something out of scratch starting at Chicken Wire and you're watching this, send us an email at the email address that is publicly available at the bottom of the something.
Yes, or just hit us a message on Instagram, because that will be much easier.
Yeah, that works too.
Because email is a very formal one. We are definitely not professional or formal yet at all.
Or ever will be.
Yep. Formalities only when we hire somebody to be formal for us. But yes, that brings us to the very end of the community spotlight. heading back into the regular. Yes. That brings us to the very end of the community spotlight. Thank you very much. It has been a very, very long bit since we've done one of these, so we're a little bit rusty. Please forgive us if we're like, umming and eyeing and getting a bit off topic a little bit more than usual. But it's only because...
Love the off topic.
Well, it's only because, we really enjoy, the stuff that you send us, and it makes us want to talk about about possible inspirations and what we could do and how we could apply it to our own hobby as well. Because as well as
Absolutely.
It being a learning process for you guys, it is also a learning process for us as well. So whatever you send,
huge points of inspiration.
yeah. So whatever you send, it also helps us in our hobby, but also helps you in our hobby. Maybe we could do our own spotlight for us. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would that be something you'd all want to see?
Maybe coming up on like some sort of milestone or anniversary or something.
Yeah. Maybe we could even like stream it.
Yeah.
We have been like thinking about doing streams, so I think that'll be quite poignant because we have just gone past 666 subs. So the devil's number. Yay!
Yeah. But then we passed it by and we're at 667, which is less cool, but better for us.
Yep. We're on, like, last time I checked, we're in 671.
671? Oh, I missed 669?
Yeah, we missed 669.
I have
Okay.
no reason to do this YouTube channel anymore. I'm starting again.
Well, we can can try and reach the 669, on Twitch.
69 is our next major goal.
69, yes. Also 8008.
Yes, 8008 would be perfect.
Yes. Yes.
All of you old calculator math class nerds got that. But thank you very much for all of the love and subscriptions. The increased engagement has been great. Keep it up. Chat us up. Ask us questions.
Always got questions.
Stupid, and I should go back to the mohawk. I don't care.
Yeah. My haircut is getting long and very emo. I got a haircut and it just became more emo because now it wants to go this way and not that way.
So you can do like the constant.
Yeah, I've got to do the constant emo, so it wants to do that. So it I've got to do that constantly, and it's like, wow, that is so emo. That is so emo.
We'll get you some black eyeliner and nail polish, and we can listen to My Chemical Romance on stream. It'll be great.
Yeah. I guess I'm pigeonholing myself into that now. Oh, I'm so sad. But Brian, please, thank you very much for making it all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe. Hit that bell icon just in case, YouTube is unsubscribing people for some reason, and also comment down below if you'd like to see.
I have to check that. Yeah.
Yep. And also, don't forget that we now have a Patreon. For just $2 a month, you can support us and support our content and support our journey through this. And dang hell, we definitely do need it, so help us out, and it really means a lot to us. And we'll feature you on one of the we'll feature all Patreons on the end credit scene. As soon as I figure out how to do that.
You also give us an excuse to have a dope ass end credit scene.
Yeah, I've got to make one, or I've got to figure out how to do that through YouTube. One of the two.
Yeah. Well, we got the song for it, so yeah, that and like a snazzy screen. Anyway, we have music coming up here. Tons of stuff. Check us out. Keep watching. Big love and hammer hard, guys.
Yes. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.